Welcome to Momentum Monday. Today is September 26, 2021. Howard, how's life in Phoenix now? I hear you're investing in the crypto hamster.
The hamster's doing better than me this year. Pretty much, if you were long, you've had a good year. What can I say? But the hamsters seem to be beating. Used to be the thing where they threw darts. Now they have hamsters picking
Yeah,
stocks.
they used to be monkeys, now hamsters. Yeah, pretty funny.
Same thing. Same
Yes.
thing. Hey, so do you follow my? Did you watch my biking video?
I haven't had the chance, but I will later today,
Okay. The
just before I go to sleep. That's what I
I
watch.
tell you what, man. Having these drones, I'm blown away by what these drones can do.
Yeah, they're incredible. Let's check on GoPro. Uh, let's see.
I think DJI, the Chinese company, is the leader.
Okay.
So I don't even know if they have a ticker. Yeah, AVAV is for military drones.
Yeah,
Eesh.
not doing well, surprisingly.
Well, because you got a drone in your pocket, the iPhone. Just put it on a stick. So why don't you walk us through what's going on?
Yeah, so basically the dip was bought again last week. If you remember, on Monday we had a pretty sizable gap down, about 2%, and people were, running scared. But the dip was bought again, and this time it seems small caps are leading. We saw, especially after the FOMC meeting on Wednesday, we saw a big spike in interest rates. U.S. Treasuries broke down, a pretty significant move down in the past 2 days, Thursday and Friday, which helped financials perk up, which obviously took care of the S&P. Still near its 20 and 50 day, but to me it kind of seems that it's not going to be that hard to push higher from here after that recovery. So yeah, small caps are leading as of right now, which is good news for speculators, I guess, because we see bigger moves in more stocks. The one thing that surprised me last week the most was that the market is basically saying that COVID is over, or it will be over, like, I don't know, 6 months from now. Because last week, the best performing stocks were travel and leisure. I mean, if we just go from airlines, I don't know if it's just short term, just short covering, just before, they crash again. But these are the stocks that outperformed last week. So look, airlines, then you have hotels, anything related to travel like Expedia or Booking or TripAdvisor. All of those stocks,
What about Live Nation? I forget this.
including Live Nation also, like the whole group. That's why I'm saying that it seems like the market is saying, you know what, maybe 6 months from now it's not going to be as bad as we thought, as we think it will be. Or it's just another short covering. But some of those stocks are actually setting up from big bases. Look at Live Nations. That's like what 7 month base here, and that it can break out. Let's take a look on weekly. Some of them have actually built bases.
Yeah, people want to party, man. I mean, I've been out and about, obviously, Italy. I went to Scottsdale Fashion Square today with a goal in mind of just getting a Mac machine for my, the M1 chip for my house. They're sold out of computers. I didn't know that was possible, but Apple's still selling out of fucking desktops now. The AG store was packed. Lulu was packed. They're opening an Alo store, which is like my new Lulu. I think, I mean, there's lineups at Gucci. There's lineups at LVMH. The, you know, people around about. I mean, it's easy to get in that mind share. For about a year, you're going through malls and it was like a ghost town, and Americans just want to eat pretzels and shop.
Even
So
Macy's, even Macy's stock is doing well. He had a big come back last week. Look at it. I mean, basically near 52-week
But
highs.
but you know, the overriding trend out of this will still be medical and healthcare. So in terms of like outsized gains, although I guess, you know, Macy's was a hell of a return from fucking the March lows. What was it? Where was Macy's on a weekly in March of last year?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Oh my goodness.
Around $5. So
a 5-bagger. I'm watching some baseball in the background. So hang on. So you know, the size. So what was? Oh, you were talking about open. Airbnb is interesting to me. It's starting to get some traction. So that goes with the reopening.
yep, exactly. Building a big base.
Yeah, it's been building a big base. I'm tempted to add that to my 8-80. Tesla's, you know, working
Incredible
on the
strength.
side
I
of the
mean,
base.
anything related to electric vehicles, really, except China. China is just a whole different story.
Yeah, well, I'm not even talking about it, but I mean, Musk continues to earn my awe because he just continues to do weird and amazing things with his products. So that's building a right side of a base.
Yeah, so super strong, the leader, but also some of the other ones.
I saw a Lucid store. I don't get it. I don't understand why you're not going to get a Tesla. Just to be, I mean, obviously it's a big country and people, you know, have different brands, but I'm not going to trust some fucking startup brand.
Or it's a startup brand with like what, $40 billion valuation.
I don't care. I saw their stores in the mall look nice.
Yeah.
So basically, you're gonna go to the mall and just buy cars. There's you got cars and yoga. I mean, basically, the mall is a Peloton, Apple, car. I mean, if you told me what a mall, you've got WeWorks or whatever the WeWorks in a mall, Five Guys, a Peloton store, a Lulu store, 9 car dealerships, all electric car dealerships. Underwear, Tommy John underwear, Stance socks. It's like a fucking, the world is nuts. Speaking of Peloton, that looks terrible.
I mean, after like a major move last year, it's kind of normal to give back some, you know.
It looks really weak.
But yeah, it can, you know, drop further.
A lot of competition in the space. And I think everybody they meant to sold a machine to might have sold one. So it's really going to be about the subscription, the recurring revenue, and there's a lot of competition there. So that's one to keep an eye on. Zoom, another one of the COVID leaders in my 880 portfolio, looks like hell froze over.
Yeah, the same story. Basically, I guess earnings are not catching up to valuation quickly enough.
Well, it's the opposite of the reopening too.
So it might take, yeah, exactly. So it might take, you know, many years until earnings really catch up.
Yeah. So the couple that stood out continue to be Moderna and Dexcom on the healthcare side.
Yeah, I mean, there are also a couple others. Medical devices stock, which was INMD, also very strong. New all-time highs last week.
Wow.
But so, as I mentioned earlier in the video, we saw a big spike in interest rates. Mm-hmm. So I'm very carefully watching what's going to be the impact on tech stocks, because remember that a few months ago when we had those inflation fears, those stocks sold off. So far, we're not seeing that. Actually, software is holding well. The dips seems to be getting bought in software, and those stocks are setting up again, all of them. I mean, not all of them, but many of them, many of the software names, they're not getting impacted. So when you have financial rising and tech not selling off, it's really hard to imagine that the market will really have a, you know, substantial correction at this point. And even energy.
Seasonally, we're coming into the best time of the year.
Energy is doing well.
Yeah, the Schwab hit all-time highs, I noticed.
Yeah, anything financial was strong.
So they'll benefit from rising rates.
Semis are doing well as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good market. I was just going to say, you know what, as a way of catching up, and it's like there's some rotation, but cybersecurity, medical, semiconductors, the FANG stocks aren't doing horribly. Snap broke out. I don't know if there was news or whatever, but Snap broke out to all-time.
Yeah, definitely one of the stocks. I think we mentioned it last week. Showed relative strength, and it just took off. It doesn't really need to be news, when you have high short interest and just price momentum, that's all the catalyst you need, I guess.
Yeah, there's something for everybody here.
But the interesting thing is that, like companies that are they're super important for the economy, like FedEx and UPS, they're struggling for whatever reason. Look at those charts.
But look at DoorDash all-time highs. So you got FedEx breaking down, and you have DoorDash last mile breaking out.
Yeah, very strong.
Very strong. Uber also had a great week.
It's the reopening basically. Uber and Lyft, they're part of the reopening.
Yeah, this is the opening's here. Again, I don't know about the next strain of COVID, but like US government's cracking down. You got the NBA cracking down. They're making people get the vaccine. I'm for science and taking one for the team, and I'm fully bullish on the vaccines. I'll take my boosters. I'll take shots in the back and the ear. I want to be out and about. I don't want to be traveling like I did before, but I want to be out and about. And I'm tired of fucking, sitting around the house. But the reopening I think is real. The really interesting move in Uber. Did Lyft have the same type of move?
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, and when you compact that with Zooms and Peloton, kind of the poster children for like being locked up, there is some big money working this reopening trade right now. And
definitely. I mean, last week this was the main theme last week.
And then the rate move, we'll check back in on that, and then you have to keep an eye when they break out like this, the rates on the 10-year. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. The textbook I wrote about, the textbook around rising interest rates is financials and energy, and they were perking up. So have a great week, everybody. I'm still on Europe time because it was a long trip, so I'm struggling here at night.
That's not a bad time to be on.
Watching some NFL, Ivan? You watching a little NFL?
I haven't had the chance, but first I'm going to watch your cycling video, and after that I'll check the other thing.
Big weekend for the Ivanator.
All right.
Anything new you're watching on Netflix?
Nothing really. What do you recommend?
Netflix I haven't followed up much. I'm liking some shows on HBO. Succession's coming back out here soon.
Look, Howard, I don't really have that much time to watch. I'm working, so.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. All right, my man. Have a great week, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday.
All right. See you next week.